City Beat. I'm your host, Jaret Schneider, and here with me I have Mayor Tim Johnston once again. Welcome, Tim.
Good morning.
First off, I'll give you a minute to run things down from the past week as well as...
It's time for City Beat, your source for all the latest news on the city of Thompson, only on 610 CHTM.
Welcome to City Beat. I'm your host, Jaret Schneider, and here with me I have Mayor Tim Johnston once again. Welcome, Tim.
Good morning.
First off, I'll give you a minute to run things down from the past week as well as what's coming up.
Well, I can update a few things that have gone on over the last 7 days. Last weekend I had a chance to take in another game at the CA Nesbitt Arena where the Norman North Stars hosted the Winnipeg Wild. The game I saw Saturday night was a great game. The team played real well and had a little difficulty in the third period, but up until then they played well. So good entertainment, and encourage people to support the North Stars when they next come home to play. Monday night we had our regular meeting of council, and a number of items were raised. I'm sure we'll get into that a little bit. And so we're now back into our fall schedule, meeting every 2 weeks. And then last night, of course, we had Speak Up Thompson. Want to thank those people that came out. Also want to encourage people, there's still an opportunity to provide input on the internet. And council certainly appreciates feedback and comments from the public, and encourage people to do so.
Okay, this coming Monday will be the meeting in the Mary Fensky boardroom at the TRCC regarding the place branding strategy for Thompson. What is meant by place branding strategy?
Well, this is an opportunity as part of the Thompson Economic Diversification Working Group process. This is the last action step that we have. And the idea is to begin to create an identity for Thompson that we can promote in terms of conveying what and who we are. The last time Thompson, I think, created a brand was probably back in the days of Hub of the North. And so I think it's likely time. We certainly identified through the TEDWIG process that there was a need to. We'll initiate it really starting next week. Encourage people to come out, and again, there's a survey that I'd encourage people to complete on the internet. The process will go throughout the winter with likely a brand announced hopefully in the spring. And again, this is about getting the community, the region together and identifying who and what we are, and I really encourage people to participate.
204-677-8181. The mayor is here, and we're taking your questions. 204-677-8181. You had said in the press release, and I quote, "The truth is that Thompson already has an image out there, whether we're managing it or not." What do you mean by that, and can you give us an example?
Well, I think without a doubt, people have an image and a perception of Thompson, and unfortunately over the last number of years, I don't think we've done a good job to manage what we really are. And the example that I use is, as part of the job, I get to travel right across this country, and it's amazing. I'll say I'm the mayor of the city of Thompson, and without a doubt, when I meet people, they will have a story about Thompson. Either they were in Thompson at some point, or a relative was in Thompson at some point. But it's amazing how their reflection of Thompson is. It's usually based on what they either saw in the 60s, 70s, or early 80s, or what they've heard about Thompson, not necessarily what really is taking place in Thompson. And again, whether it's those individuals, whether it's investors who constantly see Thompson as a certain thing, for example, only a mining community, we really have to start to remind people and to educate people that, and I guess inform, that Thompson is so much more. It truly has grown and diversified over the years, and that's the goal of the branding, because we want people to understand what our community has to offer. Then hopefully we'll have a much better ability to attract and retain people.
204-677-8181. We have Mayor Tim Johnston here. Taking your calls, 204-677-8181. It also mentioned that anyone is welcome to attend. Have you got any certain groups already committed to working on the project?
Actually, I'm extremely pleased with the response that we've had from the community. We've had a number of groups contact Replan and asked to set up individual focus groups, and that's what we've done. We'll have some public opportunities, but if there's some groups that want to do some private organizational type sessions, we're open to that. We want to encourage as many people as possible to get involved, and we want them to be honest. I know that there's many things that people see as negatives here. We have to get those on the table, just like the many positive things, so we truly can be honest and realistic. The best thing you can do about a brand at the end of the day is going to be honest with people so they know what Thompson is. I think it's a great place. I say that all the time. I believe it, and I think the brand is going to be our process to come together as a community and really state who and what we are.
And if someone is unable to make the meeting, how can they participate?
Well, again, the first thing that I'd ask them to do is complete the survey, which is a start. It gives us a starting point in terms of some of the opinions and things like that. And then the other one is this is not going to be the only session, so to plug into the process by either talking to any of the agencies that are involved through the TEDWIG process or going right to Replan. And again, that information is on the internet at thompson.ca.
And regarding the online survey, what kind of responses have you guys been getting so far?
Well, we've had the opportunity because of attending a number of different events where we've taken the survey with us, and so we've got it back, and I haven't reviewed them all, but I've been advised that there haven't been a lot of surprises in terms of what some people are saying. Interestingly, really, the opportunities that we've had have largely been outside of Thompson. So it's interesting in terms of the perspective, but again, often more positive than some would think, and that's good. I think that we have to, as I said last night at Speak Up Manitoba, one of the things we got to convince people is it's all right to say it's a great community. It's all right to say Thompson's been very good. I know for my family it's been phenomenal for us and provided me opportunities I never would have had anywhere else. So let's start talking about those things as well without ignoring the reality of some of the negatives.
And when do you think we can expect some of the results from the online survey?
Well, I think that, again, the process is going to go right through the winter. I think that we'll try to keep everyone informed and engaged because that's a big part of it. And, the other one, a speaker reminded us yesterday, nothing has been preconceived about what the brand will be. The brand will be determined by the community in the region. It's a wide open blank slate right now, so let's get together and decide what we want to be known as.
204-677-8181. Taking your calls to the mayor, 204-677-8181. The city had its second Speak Up Thompson event last night at the Burntwood School. What kind of turnout did you get there?
Well, I thought it was good. Before I get to there, I just want to go back on one thing on the branding, because I know a lot of people are saying, why is the city doing this, and that? I just want people to understand, again, this is a process, part of the TEDWIG process that we followed.
Right.
It is funded through that process. Tax dollars will not be allocated in terms of going through this process. Ultimately, when we get it, perhaps in terms of promotion and marketing, but it is covered through the TEDWIG process. Speak Up Thompson, I thought it was very good. Unfortunately, I missed the first session in my own neighborhood in Riverside 2 weeks ago, but I was pleased to be able to attend yesterday in Burntwood. Good turnout, lots of good questions. Again, very a wide variety of the types of questions that we got, ranging from litter to animal control to housing, affordable housing, and right across the board. And so I appreciate those people that did come out. Again, I encourage people at any time. As most people know, I love talking about Thompson. Please stop me, phone me, approach me if you have ideas about how to make it better. I appreciate that. I appreciate critical thinking. So we're open, as all members of council are. We wouldn't be in this if we didn't really want to make it a better place to be. So encourage people to get involved. Again, to approach members of council, give us a call, whatever. The other one is we did provide a number of postcard type things with 3 questions. Those are available in and around Thompson. Encourage people to write down. What we'll do is, following the sessions, and we've been doing this for a few years, we take the suggestions and we do a summary and we provide them for council during the budget process, which starts, I think, the first week in November.
And you mentioned you weren't there at the first ones, but what types of new concerns or questions did you get now compared to the first meeting?
Well, it's interesting, if I go back in time, and I tried to make this point yesterday, at the first meetings, probably 4 or 5 years ago, it was housing. And it's interesting, we have made some movement in the housing area. We've got developments going in on Grayling, on Riverside, on Arctic, on Goldeye, on Fox Bay. So we're seeing some of those things take place. And those don't happen overnight. You have to be 1 to 3 years ahead of before construction. Right. And so we have to keep that housing going. But it's evolved to other items, and Cleanliness, probably, litter is probably one of those ones that's still on the table that remains there. Public safety, obviously, is one of those ones that we still have to work on. You know, some of the ones that came up yesterday, again, the need for detox, and I hope I was clear. The City of Thompson needs the support of the community to write letters to the Premier, write letters to the Minister of Justice. We need a detox facility in this community. We need a cadet program in Thompson, so we don't have to expend the dollars we're expending right now on bylaw enforcement. And quite frankly, I think we need a restorative justice. So we're going to try and do a little bit more work in terms of guiding people as to the types of support we need.
204-677-8181. Taking your calls to the mayor, 204-677-8181. This is Small Business Week in Thompson, and the Chamber of Commerce has held some events and had some presentations. What do you feel the state of small business here is in Thompson?
Well, I think it's healthy. I think that I know we've had some bumps along the road. We've lost some businesses here in the community over the last couple of years, but we've also gained some businesses. And I know there's another restaurant opening up in the very near future in the downtown area, and so it's always a give and take in terms of growth. I appreciate and I value the commitment of entrepreneurs. That's something that we have to encourage. Our role as a city is to provide an environment for people to invest with confidence in. I think that we're getting there. We're not there yet, because one of the biggest challenges we faced when we came in was the lack of land for development and aging infrastructure. We're addressing both those. As you saw Monday night at Council, we're bringing land in that's been made available by Valley, and that'll help us provide opportunities for potential investors. I want to acknowledge the Chamber of Commerce as well as the supporting organizations. I believe Valley, Mamaweetuk Friendship Center, and Community Futures North Central for hosting and supporting small business this week. I did have an opportunity to attend the gala on Tuesday night, and again, and I have to say, one of the comments made by Councillor Robinson last night when we closed off Speak Manitoba was very important. That is that, you know what? The best thing we can do to support local business is shop local.
All right, before we close things up, I'll give you about 30 seconds maybe to wrap it up.
Well, I just encourage people to stay involved in the process, whether that's communicating through this process or by talking to council members. Again, it looks like we're going to have another great weekend. Encourage people to get out. Safe operations as always, and hope people enjoy the fall weather that we're enjoying.
All right, and that will do it for City Beat. Make sure to tune in every Thursday at 11:30 for more information from the mayor about the city, as well as a chance to ask more questions. I would like to thank Mayor Johnston for stopping by today, and for all the listeners, have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.